Hi guys, welcome to a different setup, a different kind of video than what I usually do. Usually we're doing a lot of bolt action, all this, that and the other. We're doing product reviews, we're doing tutorials with bolt action basics, we're doing tons of stuff. But that's kind of, I'm really enjoying it, really enjoy it. And sorry it's been so long since I posted. I kind of took a bit of a break. I just needed to kind of stop and kind of find that enthusiasm and that energy to continually churn out videos. So here's an attempt at trying to get back into the videos, and don't worry, the bolt action basics will come, and the updates, the weekly updates will come back as well, although they may slow down from weekly to something else just because I'm finding at the moment I've got a lot on, work-wise particularly, that's kind of stopping me doing as much, and I do need to get back on top of that because I've got obviously deadlines to meet for next June. But anyway, what was I so today I thought we'd do something a little bit different, and what I wanted to do was to get back to kind of the wargamer that I was when I first started wargaming, when I went to my first club evening, and I was introduced to wargaming. The main point was that there is so much out there that you can game, and week to week we would play different games. So we wouldn't play the same rule set every week. We often wouldn't play the same period every week. We would jump around and just try lots of different things out, lots of different games, lots of different rule sets, lots of different periods, to try and kind of, just excite us with all these different kind of ideas that were going on, and it really kept it fresh and enjoyable, and you kind of could look forward to doing certain games because you'd played them before and that they were exciting and you were looking forward to playing them again. It made it fresh. Moving over here to America, I haven't had that opportunity. Firstly, I haven't got a club that I go to regularly. So I had to make friends and then introduce those friends to wargaming, and pretty much the best place for me to start them off with was bolt action, and so that's what we went for, and we've been doing that, trying to learn those rules and really getting into that. That's what we've done. In the background, I've kind of been working on other little projects that I've wanted to do. One of them is sitting here in front of me, and you can't really see because they're 6mm figures. But I finally got to the point sometime last week that I just decided I wanted to play something different, and if needs be, I would play it by myself. I bought the black powder rules before leaving England, wanting to use them for doing 28mm Napoleonics, and I've got a British Army, British Peninsular Army, kind of pretty much all together, 3 regiments of foot, a battery of artillery, and probably 3 batteries, because I think you just have 1 figure or 1 cannon per force, or whatever you call the artillery, the battery, and I've got probably enough for 2 squadrons of cavalry. So I've got a fair force of British Napoleonics. I just haven't done the French yet, and I've just kind of, I think I've painted 4 figures as a kind of a test piece to see. I like what I've got. I'm going to get more. I'm going to do more, but because they're earlier war uniforms, I need to get some kind of more Peninsular War, French, and then I need to get artillery and cavalry, and so it's a long process. I'm not going to get there anytime soon, especially with all the bolt action I'm doing and with other ideas that I've got going around. So what I had got, though, before I left England, was I'd gone to a company called Bacchus, who do 6mm figures, and they are beautiful sculpts. They're fantastic. And the range of periods they've got is fantastic. They go all the way from kind of ancients and biblical figures all the way through pretty much up to the First World War. And I really wanted to do the American War of Independence, particularly coming over here. I thought that would interest a lot of people that I might meet, and they might want to game that period. So I started about putting together an army, and I based my choices of army on the list that's in the Black Powder rules. Now, I'm going to do a product review on the Black Powder rules. I've also got the American Revolutionary War supplemental that my wife bought me for my birthday a year or two ago. Probably a year ago, actually, because it's not been out a huge amount of time. But she bought me that, so I'll do a product review on that at some point to kind of extend out into the Black Powder world. But I just wanted to do today's video to sort of point out that I do other games too. And Black Powder is one. And in Black Powder, there is a particular American War of Independence scenario, Freedman's Farm, and it's got some army lists for both the rebels, the Americans, and the British. And so I started with those as my two lists and decided to work through using those to build my armies. So I'm building my armies up. I've got a couple of American regiments done. I've got some skirmishing units as well, some smaller units like light infantry skirmishers and some riflemen, kind of colonist riflemen. British, I've got a regiment done. I've also got some Jaeger skirmishers done. I've got some loyalist skirmishers done. I've got some Indian skirmishers done. So I've got a combination of different units there. And last night, which is our games night, the kind of games club that I started, although numbers are low. But my friend Drew and I said to Drew, I said, would you mind trying a different game? Something different other than bolt action? And he said, yeah, let's do it. You know, if it all goes wrong, we can go back to bolt action, not a problem. So I have played Black Powder before. I've played it in 28mm, and so I have an experience of how it goes, and I've watched a few videos, particularly from Nathan, I think his name is, but he's Pancake Painey. Nathan Payne? Maybe. Anyway, he's on the Black Powder background. I'll shout out to him and his YouTube channel, and I'll put a link at the bottom. He's got some great tutorials about doing Black Powder, and I hope to, you know, be as good as those one day. And maybe I'll do something similar as well when I get some time. But for now, if you're interested in Black Powder, go check out his channel, because he's got some great tutorials about the basics of command and movement and shooting and such forth. But anyway, so watch some of those videos. And then thought, I'm going to have a go. We're going to have a go. So we set up a table last night. I'll hopefully take some pictures and put those up on the Facebook page. And we played a really simple 2 brigades per side with a couple of the brigades, pretty much most of the brigades having a couple of units in each. One of my British only had the regulars, well, they were elites actually, but yeah, basically that's how we did it. We set it up and we played it, and it was a little bit of learning the rules as we went along, kept flicking through and finding it, but it actually, when I look back on it, it's really not that complicated, and it really worked well. We got into a bit of a slog at the end of just firing constantly backwards and forwards, missing, bit of disordered, break test, no, passed, okay, they're fine. Units weren't breaking nearly as much as we thought they would. We had 2 units who did break, supporting units who stood firm. So yeah, it was a great game, really enjoyed it. I think we're probably going to play it again. Hopefully when I get more units painted up, because 6mm doesn't take very long to paint, although still got to find the time. I will probably get more units on the table, bigger games, probably bring in some artillery and try that out. But we'll definitely try it again at this size, and really just try it out and keep learning the rules, because it's a great game and it works for so many periods, and it is really simple. It's different to bolt action because it's not, you know, random. It's you go, I go, or you go, I go. But it is really enjoyable, and it fits the period of Black Powder muskets so well. One of the cool things that I did was went onto the Warlord website, and they have some army roster sheets that you can print out, and then you can write down all the stats, because you need to know those. So we did that as well to help us out, and that really helped big time. So if you are looking to get into Black Powder, I suggest going onto the website. It's a free PDF download, and then you just print it off and fill in your armies. That's just really worth doing, just so that, you know, as you're going through, you can be like, oh yeah, this unit has you know, this brigade has these units in, and this is their ratings, and so I can think about that when we shooting or whatever it is. So that was great. Really like that. Now, on the subject of doing something different, one of my other projects that I'm doing is to build two Saga forces. Now, Saga's a Dark Ages game with dice and battle boards, and it's great. When I get the rules, I'll review them, do a product review on them, and we'll be talking more about Saga as well in other videos. We'll probably, when I'm building my armies, which thanks to Jamie Trenter, did basically put me together two army lists, one for the Saxons, one for the Vikings, focused at the Viking kind of raiding period as they were raiding England, and the Saxons likewise raided back. I didn't know that. Jamie taught me that, so that was really good. Learn something new every day. But yeah, so I've got some figures. I'm ordering some other figures along with some buildings for my bolt action game. I've given in and decided that I'm going to get the Sarissa MDF laser cut buildings, just because it's going to cut my workload in half, which is great. I'll probably decorate them, and I'm probably going to go to war bases and get some pavement pieces to put down around them, make it look very towny. So I'm going to do that, but yeah, I'm going to get these extra figures, and then I'll have enough to do the two armies, and I'll probably do some videos about maybe dealing with those as plastics, or even just kind of, you know, look, this is my latest army. Who knows? So yeah, and we'll talk about, you know, what makes up a Saga army, and if you're getting into it, you know, what do you need, what sort of things do you need to think about, because that's really important. And that's one of the things that I found talking to people like Jamie and others, Jez and Andy and all these other people in the community. They've really helped, because I know what box sets to get, which figures, and I'm not building anything until I've got everything I need, so that I don't get anything wrong. And Jamie very kindly in the list told me which figures from which box sets to use for the different units, so that's been brilliant. Anyway, why do I mention this? Well, what we're thinking of doing in the next week or two is having a YouTube Hangout. I don't think it's a Google Hangout. It's a YouTube Hangout, or it's on YouTube. It's going to be a live show. It's going to be a discussion. I'm going to be hosting. Jamie Trenter is going to be joining us from Rubicon. I don't know what they're called, Rubicon Limited, or yeah, they're the guys that do the plastic World War II vehicles, and they're fantastic, absolutely brilliant. So Rubicon Models, there you go. So he's going to be there. He's going to be talking to us about, or telling us, talking to us about Saga. Jez, I forget Jez's surname, and I don't want to get it wrong, but Jez is fantastic, and Jez, he's a painter, although I think he does it part-time. Paints some beautiful models, and he plays all sorts of games, so he's interested in Saga. He wants to talk about it, so he's on board as well. And then finally, we've got the Right Honourable Mr. Andy Singleton from Volleyfire Painting Services, who once again is a wonderful painter, does it full time, absolute quality stuff. If you've been on any of the Facebook pages, you'll see his name and you'll see his work, like Jez's and like Jamie as well. So we're all going to be getting together for a hangout. Now, what I need from you guys is to put in the comments box down below, when would be good for you. Now, obviously, I'm in America, so when I can do it is kind of a little bit going to be determined by that. Tuesdays and Thursdays are best for me, or weekends, because I can be available when it's you guys evening times, when you're more available. I could probably even do a late Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. But I want to know, you know, if you're interested in watching a live chat about Saga, and we will do other chats about other games like Bolt Action, and we've got Mr. Andrew Chesney from Warlord Games lined up to do a chat, to do a panel with us as well for Bolt Action, some Hail Caesar Black Powder, stuff like that. We need to know kind of when to do it, when's going to be, you know, when people are going to be available to watch. So that's the plans. So today, Black Powder, loving it. Really, really great game. If you haven't tried it and you're interested in any of the periods that really involve Black Powder weapons, check out these rules. They're great. Stay tuned as well in future episodes for product reviews on both the main rule set and Rebellion, the Black Powder American War of Independence supplemental from Warlord Games. Check out, I'm going to do some product reviews of Bacchus figures. Not only do they do figures, but they do some lovely terrain pieces in 6mm. And I better very quickly show you my British. There you go, that's one stand of British, one base of British. 60 by 30mm bases. If you want to know where you can get them from, I can put you in contact with the man who makes them. If you're in the UK or anywhere, actually, I think he ships anywhere. I can sort that out. So, Black Powder, fantastic. Saga, something we're getting into. There's going to be a Hangout coming soon, so stay tuned for details on that. Like always, if you've enjoyed this video, please like it, comment, share, definitely comment. We need to know when the Hangout should be. And as always, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. We've had some great numbers recently, into the 40s, hopefully maybe make 50s and 60s by the end of the year, who knows. And then 2016, hopefully we'll see it into 3 figures followers. God, wouldn't that be great? Anyway, that's enough from me. I'm going to crack on with some more stuff and take some pictures and all sorts, and we will see you soon. Take care.